In this video we will talk about the happiest people on the planet who practically don't sleep, don't regret the past and don't believe in any god. Don't turn off the video, it will be interesting. The Piraha tribe living by the Mehi River in Brazil can be called the happiest people on earth, because they don't grieve about the past and don't think about the future. For them there is only today. Approximately 300 Aboriginal people are engaged in gathering and hunting. This tribe was discovered by the Catholic missionary Daniel Everett. He lived with them for several years, after which he finally lost faith in God and became an atheist. His first contact with Piraha took place in 1977. Trying to convey the word of God to the natives, he began to study their language and quickly achieved success in this. But the more he immersed himself in the primitive culture, the more he was surprised. Piraha has a very strange language. There is no indirect speech, words denoting colors and numbers. Anything more than two is many for them. They didn't create as we do myths about the creation of the world. They don't have a calendar, but with all this their intelligence is not weaker than ours. Piraha didn't think of private property, they don't even have reserves. They immediately eat the caught prey of the collected fruit, so they don't rack their brains over the storage and planning of the future. To us, such views seem primitive. However, Everett came to a different conclusion. Living one day and what nature gives, the Piraha are freed from fears, therefore they are happier than us, so why do they need gods? The essence of the Piraha culture is explained very simply. Live here and now. In their language there is only the present tense, because according to the people the only important thing that is worth communicating to others is what is experienced at that very moment. Piraha believe that sleep is harmful. They were shocked when they found out that someone was sleeping for 8 hours. People are sure that if you fall asleep for a long time, you can wake up as a different person. However, there is also an opinion that such a regime was formed due to the fact that the area where the people live is teeming with snakes. Therefore, they sleep in fits and starts for half an hour, and no more than 2 hours a night. The only distinction between dark and light colors. Red and yellow people confuse, as well as green and blue. The number of Piraha is only 800 people. Usually representatives of primitive tribes would rather take their own lives than lose their honor and respect. But not Piraha. They basically don't understand what anger or despair is. The concepts of century, time and history are empty phrases for Piraha, and almost none of them remember their grandparent. When asked what happened to the tribe before, they answer, everything is the same. Mothers don't tell their children bedtime stories. In addition, here in principle no one remembers any stories. Collective memory is built only on the personal experience of the oldest living member of the tribe. Also, the Piraha don't know what guilt and shame are. A husband can easily leave his wife if she is no longer young and pretty. Moreover, the woman will not angry with him and will simply say something in the spirit. It happened because it happened, that's all. So we need to look for a new man. Every few years the Piraha people take a new name for themselves, which corresponds to the next period of their life. These unusual people don't see the need to store food for future use. What's more, they don't treat food as significant at all. If you couldn't find something for lunch, then you can skip lunch and eat the next day. In the Piraha, everyone is equal. There is no social hierarchy. Perhaps that is why researchers note the amazing vitality of these people. In their tribe there is no envy, anger, thieves, conspiracies and intrigues. They don't say thank you, sorry and please. In other words, they don't show any courtesies. Piraha are perplexed why all this is necessary, because they all treat each other so warmly without any formalities. So guys, can you tell yourself, are you going to live like Piraha or something like that? These are really unusual people, and I also think that we need to study from them. So guys, make a subscription, give your like, and there is going to be a lot of new interesting content for you. See you next time, guys!